how's it been going, dude?
Pretty shitty.
It's been a week.
Pretty fucking shitty. It has been a couple weeks, actually. Last episode didn't get edited or uploaded, Burnout
They don't know that.
Burnout in
They don't
school,
know that.
hell of a drug. Burnout in school, hell of a combo. Hell of a combo. You know how fucking
I get
shitty
that.
my life's been lately?
No. Tell me about it.
I started watching men's self-help videos.
You went to the Manosphere?
No, because I think I'm too much of a libtard to actually, fully fall into Manosphere shit. But, it all started with this Twitter discourse about, somebody posted on Twitter, hey, if you're calling for a revolution, you should be fit. Or just in general, leftists should be fit so that they are not as much of a joke compared to conservatives.
That's not crazy though. That's not a crazy take.
I know, it's like a normal take, and you have all of these people going, well, but, and this whole list of excuses. I'm like, that is fucking pathetic, and that is what I don't want to be. It is pathetic. And so, I talked to, it's not even I talked to Logan. It's I remembered some stuff that Logan had told me, and I started watching this one guy Logan told me about, Andrew.
And with that, welcome back to Momscast, my turn on the podcast. I'm Victor.
I'm Brandon, and this is,
episode 30.
I don't know what number it is, so how about you just say, a good
It's episode
couple numbers,
30.
and we'll figure it out in post.
You put it in post. Yeah.
Well, you gotta
30.
say the numbers for me. Say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's episode 30. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, just for good measure.
It's episode 3010.
Why not?
We skipped the last 2,900 episodes of Momscast. Yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, this guy Andrew Huberman, he's I don't know if he's a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but nothing the guy recommends is too crazy. It's when you wake up, do not have the first thing that you see be a screen. And I'm yeah, that makes sense. Or he's make sure that your eyes see sunlight in the morning. Okay, that makes sense. Don't drink caffeine right when you wake up. All right, I don't do that anyways. It's pretty simple shit. It's make sure that you turn your overhead lights off after 8 or 9 p.m. All right, I can do that.
That's
it's
really
pretty
hard
simple
for me.
shit.
I live in a prison cell. I have no non-overhead lights.
He has no non-overhead lights. The only piece of furniture in his room is his bed and his desk.
That's it.
And that's it. You need a shelf, my guy.
I used to not have a bed frame by choice.
Oh my god.
No. You don't understand. I did not have a bed frame in a bachelor pad kind of way. I didn't have a bed frame it's a Montessori bed tatami mat kind of way. You know what I mean? It's classy. It's feng shui, bro. Come on.
Sure. Anyways, yeah, and it's I just been continuing my gym grind. I've actually started going to the gym. I've been going to the gym regularly for almost a year now, which I feel good. I feel good about. I've been going to the gym regularly for a year. I feel good about that.
Yeah, it's great. You're looking good, dude.
I feel good about that. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm up 10 pounds, and I didn't gain any fat, so I'm okay with that.
Pretty good.
10, 15 pounds. I'm up. Okay, let's go. Me and Logan have been going. We're keeping up with it.
Brandon goes, my life changed for better after Victor left. While I was there, I would go, Brandon, you want to go lift at the gym? No, I don't really like lifting. I will just go for a run. Oh, Brandon, you wanna watch One Piece or read One Piece? No, I don't think I will ever do that. Brandon, do you wanna go do this? Dude, Brandon, you wanna play Fortnite? Dude, that game's no, why would I ever play that game?
Yeah, I don't, with the lifting at least specifically, there was a switch that flipped in my brain. It was the semester you were here, actually. The last semester you were here,
when I made you go.
No, I think it might have been. But a switch flipped in my brain, and I was just I get it. I get it now.
Monkey lift, big rock, monkey happy.
Pretty much. I mean, number go up, weight go up, Dude, you know what else has been fucking happening lately, though?
What?
I have been dodged by Amy Parsons for a picture. Not once, not twice, but 3 times over the course of a week and a half. over the course of like a week and a half. So the first time that happens, I'm walking into work. I go to work in the mornings on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I walk into work.
Yeah.
And who do I see outside of the office where I work but Amy? And Amy's taking a picture. And like it's like for like a press thing. There's like an official photographer there. And I'm thinking, well, man, I don't really want to bother them right now, but like that's Amy right there. It's just the first time I've seen Amy like in person. That's not like her at a basketball game where it's like I see her on the court and I'm technically like, well, I've seen Amy in person. No, she's like right there. She is like she's like 5 feet away from me.
Sure, the first time you see her like approachably in person, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. The first time that I see her approachably, and there's like some downtime, but I'm like, I gotta go to work, and also I'm not really trying to bother her for a picture at like 8 a.m, and so I just let it slide. I'm like, whatever. As like a I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Cam the Ram, the mascot, comes into the office an hour later, and the lady who's walking around with him, who's like speaking for him, because you know there's a guy in the suit, he can't talk, is walking around. She's like, "Do you want who wants a picture with Cam? You look like you want a picture with Cam." And she points right at me, and I'm like, I mean, it is like 9 a.m. right now, but okay, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what time it's in. If Cam the Ram goes up to me and asks me if I want a picture, I'm saying yes.
Yeah, so I got a picture with Cam the Ram. I asked my boss if they'd take a picture with me too, because I didn't want to just get the picture by myself. I would feel weird. So me and my boss got our picture taken.
Cam the Ram is a national treasure.
Yeah, exactly.
Both of them.
I've heard the guy in the suit's kind of a dick, but I would be too if I had to walk around in a suit that was...
There's no guy in the suit, Brandon.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
There's no guy in the suit.
It's actually an animatronic, actually.
Correct.
It's actually an animatronic.
Kayfabe.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta keep the kayfabe up.
So anyways, the next thing that happens, I'm at a women's basketball game.
Ladies, we here at Momscast are big women's sports supporter.
And... it's pretty dead, and I'm there with Kiri, and we're there early. And we get a good spot in the student section. We're like right behind the net in the student section. And who do I see walk down the stairs? Like literally, I am right next to the stairs. I'm like, who do I see walk down the stairs? Amy walks down the stairs. Amy walks down the stairs. And I'm like, oh shit, that's Amy. And
oh shit.
I'm like futzing around looking for my phone. I'm like I was sitting on my phone, and I missed my chance. She walks past me before I could get my phone out and be like, President Parsons, can you take my picture, please? So I missed that opportunity. The last time that this happens, in like again, this is all within like a week and a half of each other. The third time this happens, I'm at the men's basketball game, and I'm there with Logan, and I'm there with a couple other people who might come on the podcast, but I don't know yet.
No. Dude, there's the fourth time.
When was the third time?
Right in between. You went to get grub, and right after you left, that's when Amy showed up.
Shit. Yeah, fuck. Okay, so I'm in the Foundry. It's one of the dining halls. I'm in the Foundry. I'm eating my food, and I leave to go to work. While I'm at work, I'm scrolling through Instagram because I'm on my phone at work. Because sue me, I'm on my phone at work. And what do I see on President Amy Parsons' Instagram story? She's in the Foundry. And I'm like, this was like 10 minutes after I left. I was like, you're kidding me. You are shitting me. So this is 4 times. So the 4th time that I'm ducked by Amy Parsons for a photo, which is fucking crazy. That's happened 4 times in a week and a half, is I'm at the men's basketball game. I'm there with Logan. I'm there with a couple people who might come on the podcast. And, you know, same thing. We get good spots in the student section on the steps of it. And Amy starts walking around at halftime. And we're like, oh, shit. Everybody's like, oh, shit. But I'm especially like, oh, fuck. It's finally going to happen. It is my turn, finally. I swear to Christ. Everybody and their fucking mom and their fucking dog and their fucking dad and their fucking dad's brother and their fucking mom's sister's nephew wants a picture with Amy. She can't move more than like, she's averaging like maybe like 3 inches a minute going through this. And you know, there's not a lot of halftime. And she's got to get back on the court for the second half. And she gets to where she would turn to go down the steps. And I'm like, she's going to go down the steps to get back onto the court. And then I'm going to get my picture finally. And she gets to the turn and she just goes straight at the turn. So that was 4 times. 4 times that I have been ducked by Amy Parsons for a picture.
That's rough, buddy.
You know, it's tough out here on these streets. So yeah, if there's one thing that I got to say regarding this whole thing, it's that I've concluded that one of my ex-girlfriends in high school has learned voodoo magic to prevent me from ever getting a photo with Amy Parsons. Do you have any exes who like you think would be like crazy enough to like cast voodoo? You know, you've never had a girlfriend before Nat, have you?
Official girlfriend? No, but there's girls who probably were crazy.
Crazy enough to like voodoo spell you?
I had one that basically. So this is what happened. We kind of stopped talking and kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
Then she started like proper dating a guy who looked exactly like me.
Oh, I've had that happen too. Except it was like exactly an actual relationship. Started going out with somebody who looks exactly like me.
And then she texts me. I really miss you, but I've always wanted you to be my first kiss. So, yeah.
Damn.
And I was her first kiss. So you know that's going up on the trophy shelf. But you know.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's like there's some things where it's like no matter how poorly things end, it's you can never take back certain things. You know, like I really liked that trend on TikTok a couple of years ago where it was like still beat though. Still beat though. I thought it was funny as fuck. But no, John and I kind of I'm gonna probably get to cut out most of this that we just talked about. But no, I did go out with somebody who was into like the witchy stuff, and I think would have tried to cast voodoo on me after the breakup because they did not take the breakup well.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so what happened is one time I was out with them and John. And
international man of mystery, John.
Yeah, so I'm out with them and John, and we went to this place, and it's called Strange and Unusual. It's
Strange and Unusual.
It's like yeah, it's a strange and unusual. They sell strange and unusual things. So their main money makers, they have a coffee shop in the front, and then they sell like crystals and they sell witchy stuff. They sell like that kind of shit.
This is Strange and Unusual coffee too, then.
And you know, at this time, I was in high school. I was considerably less mature than I am now.
You were in high school, dude.
And you know, now it's like I can look at witchy stuff and I can go, yeah, I think this is all a load of kind of bullshit, but you know, if somebody believes in that, I'm not going to make fun of them.
Brandon, you realize that high school for us is like 5 years, depending on where you put it?
Yeah, I try not to think about it too much.
5 years at the closest?
This is past that 5 years. This is closer to 7.
Yep. And
so anyways, you know, now I wouldn't make fun of somebody, at least openly, if I thought they believed in witchy stuff. But John and I are there, and we're looking at these crystals, and there's a book that's like titled like How to Be a Good Witch. And I show John this, and I'm like, hey John, you seeing this shit? You seeing this shit? And John's like, yeah, Brandon, I'm seeing that shit. And
yeah, Brandon, I'm seeing that shit.
And the person I was seeing at the time goes, what's so funny? And I'm like, it's a book about being a witch. That's stupid. And they look at me and they're like, no, it's not. I'm trying to be a witch. And suffice to say, did not work out between me and that person.
Really? That's such a surprise.
I know. It's really a shocker. I only went out with one person who would have like tried to voodoo me, but I don't know. Last I checked, they were still trying to voodoo me. Last I heard, and this would have been like 4 years ago at this point, they were still trying to voodoo me.
Anyways.
Dude, I feel old as shit I feel old as shit recently because kind of going back to what you said, like, yeah, high school was like 5 years, like, no, 4 years. I would have graduated 4 years ago now. It's 2024. Yeah. For you, it's 5 years. You old fuck.
No, it's not 5 years yet. It's not 5 years yet. It's 5 years in December. That's when I graduated.
Yeah. But I keep seeing those TikToks where it's like the old people. It's like, yeah, I graduated in 2020. How can you tell? I'm like, fuck. Like, shit. Dude, like, if I, like, my cousins, I'm the oldest of my cousins, and I was home for Christmas, and, like, they're, like, sophomores in high school now.
My kid sister's a sophomore, dude.
Like, my youngest cousin just started high school, and I'm like, fuck. I really, like, crazy. I'm like, shit, I'm about to graduate college, and you just started high school. I'm like, fuck this.
Dude, no. You want to feel old? Okay, I am at that. Okay, so let's be honest.
You're a dad? We've been hiding this one, Victor. How many more secrets? We can't
No.
hide this and the USMA.
Yeah. I was at USMA, because I go to USMA, like that USMA. You know which one I'm talking
If
about.
you know, you know.
If you know, you know. USMA. Look it up. Anyways. Yeah, and I'm there. Everyone's introducing their stuff. Hi, my name is such and such, and like, people are introducing themselves. Fine. We're in class, and then the professor asked, "So when did you graduate?" So one kid goes like,
"Oh, I would kill myself. I would kill myself."
I was like, when I was in like 9th grade, the COVID hit when I was in 9th grade. I graduated before COVID was a thing. Okay?
I graduated. COVID started.
I graduated before COVID was a thing, dude. And this kid just goes like, "Oh no, yeah. When I was in 9th grade, that was COVID." I'm like, dude, how young are you? Yeah.
Dude, are you like? It's like, dude, are you like 12?
It's fucking stupid, dude.
Well, it's like I had this thought. It's like I need an extra semester at CSU to finish up, and I realized the kids who are going to be freshmen next year are the kids who were in 8th grade when I was a senior in high school. And I'm like, fuck. Shut the fuck up. And I'm the one who's like falling for Manosphere shit. Victor, if you didn't have me and Natalie to guide you, you would absolutely be on some red pill shit right now.
Dude, have you seen? Dude, all illegal immigrants love Trump. It's not my fault.
What would on the subject of Manosphere, what would you do if, like, imagine? Okay, so first imagine that there aren't flowers blooming in Antarctica right now, and imagine that it's not in Colorado 60 degrees in February. So just imagine that's not true right now. Imagine everything's normal, and imagine in like, I would say we're 21 right now, so in like 25 years, like you have a kid son, he's like 15, and like you're talking at the dinner table one day and you get into like a disagreement because he got like a bad grade. Like, let's say your kid like failed a Spanish test, and you're like, "What's up with that?" And your kid responds back to you, "I found this old. I don't have to listen to you. You're a beta male. You have negative canthal tilt. I found this old YouTuber, like Andrew Tate or some shit, or some other red pill shit, Jordan Peterson, and I'm a real alpha male now. I'm gonna be like, how quickly? Like what is your response to that? How do you shut that shit down?
My response, not my response, because I've been there, done that. This is what my response would be. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I would sit there and eat it. That moment. Okay.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Next day in the morning, it's 5 a.m. Okay. It's 4 or 5 a.m. Okay. I pull up to the room, head shaved. Okay, head fully shaved, and I go, "Wake the fuck up."
Oh yeah,
we're going for a run.
Oh yeah, we're going for a run. 5
a.m. And then I just run behind. I just go get on the bike and make him run and go, "Who's gonna carry the boats? Who's gonna carry the boats?"
Yeah,
huh?
you gotta. Yeah, you have like a whistle. It's like it like slows down a little bit. You're like.
Yeah. No, I'm not done. Then,
oh Jesus fuck.
Then I go and I pull up to the closest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, and I just go. I have friends who spar, and they've been inviting me to go, so I'm gonna pick up some of that event. I'm gonna pick up some of that eventually. So I'm gonna take him to the closest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, and then I'm gonna spar with him and absolutely like be this close to breaking an arm, his arm. After that, we're going to a private range. I'm putting a bulletproof vest on him, pulling out a 9-9, and then just be about to shoot him in the deck, in the chest, and be like,
Jesus,
who's the beta male now, huh? Who's the beta male?
Holy
bitch.
Shit! I feel like for me that's like I don't know what I would do to that, because like at that point you got some issues that you've got to address now with that shit.
If your father figure did that after you pull up some Manosphere shit, would you go back to watching Manosphere shit?
I think the thing I would do is just be like, look, like let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's rip off the black. Let's pop the black pill now. You're my son. you've got my testosterone levels. You know, like, let's rip that Band-Aid off, you know, like.
Yeah, but then again, that's only gonna get him to like, oh, it's gonna go push him from Manosphere to black belt territory, where like, oh, I'm just destined to be a loser because of my genes, you know.
My genetics,
just
dude.
Give him a good scare and you're set, you know.
Oh yeah.
like tell me if your if you told your father figure something like that, like, oh, you got negative casualty, and then next day he pull out those stops.
Oh yeah.
Like you're not putting
at a certain point, like, you need the fear of God put into you. And I think
yeah.
like,
And if he's hungry, I just go, what color is your Bugatti? You can't eat. You can't eat until you have a Bugatti.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think that's the thing where it's like, all right, you want to fucking play? Like, let's start going band for band here.
Yeah, I think the thing. I think this is very much this might be a culture thing, you know, cause like Hispanic dads are just down to clown way harder than white dads are, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, like they'll give you the scare of your life just to prove a point.
Oh yeah. I don't know. When I was a teenager and I was like, not even like, it was like only when I was like ages 12 to 14, because I was like going through puberty, like legitimately like 12 to 14-year-old boys, devil spawn, legitimate devil spawn. I would never like act out at my dad because I was afraid he would beat the shit out of me. My dad never hit me. Like, as a preface, my dad did not hit me growing up. But it was like, it's just a basic like survival thing. You're not gonna pick on the guy who is bigger and stronger than you, and you know that for a fact. And so my mom got the brunt of my shit when I was a teenager.
You should not fight your dad till you're 17, and dads, you should stop fighting your sons when they're 18.
Yeah, you should stop. Like sons, the ideal time to start challenging your dad is 16. Dads, the ideal time to stop accepting challenges from your son is when your son turns 18. Like, I'd say, like, when you're like if you gotta throw hands, like, I'd say age 16 is a good starting point.
Yeah. I'm not saying you gotta throw hands, but you know.
No, you don't have to throw hands at all.
If sometimes throwing hands with your dad can be very therapeutic, you know.
Oh, I'm
sure. For both of y'all.
I'm sure. But like, my mom got the brunt of shit from me when I was like a teenager, and so I've spent the last several years apologizing / trying to be a good son to make it up. I feel like everybody's just like the worst to their mom when they're like ages 12 to 14, though.
Definitely, dude.
Everybody's just the worst to their mom. You live with your parents, so I can't ask you the question. It's like, I'm like, some people, I just want to be like, when's the last time you called your mom? Or when's the last time you called your abuela? You know, like, obviously I can't ask you this. You live with them.
I got an AC, okay, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't call my parents when I was in the US a lot, but then again, I never call anyone. You know, getting a text back from me, that's a challenge. It's hard. You can ask anyone.
Unless you're me or Natalie.
Unless you're Brandon or Natalie, getting a text back from me, absolute like odyssey. You could write like Greek books about it.
I've started just ignoring texts when they come in. I've started found out it's the best thing.
It's so freeing.
It's like crack, dude. It's like crack, and then you respond to it like an hour later. You're like, and you don't even like acknowledge that you're responding to it an hour later, unless it's a work thing. If it's a work thing, then I'm like, sorry, I just saw this now.
Yeah, work is work, you know.
Work is work, but like, you know,
I hate jobs here, dude. It's you or the other thing.
Stop pissing and moaning. No pissing and moaning.
I got a taste of the goods when I was in the US. Okay, I got a taste of the moolah. I got a taste of the decent salaries. Okay, I got a taste of the first grade.
He says decent salary. He was making like $14 an hour.
You don't understand. Okay. That's an engineer's salary back here.
No, I do I do understand to an extent, because my first job paid me $7.25. My second job paid double that, and that was like, holy shit.
I know. I'm telling you, like, I got a taste of the first world country paying pay.
Well, that's why it's like, you know, when you get back up here, you know, like, you just gotta get back up here quick. how much money would it take your spouse to make for you to be like, all right, I'm full on male wifing now?
It's not about how much money my spouse makes.
Yep.
So much money out of that money do I get to freely use?
That's true. That's real as fuck. Because my thing is it's like, I've come to the conclusion that I'm probably not going to work in forestry professionally because it just doesn't fucking pay any money. There is no money. Everybody saved the trees until they realize saving the trees doesn't pay. And so I'm probably going to use my minor, which will pay me a lot more, which will pay me like 70,000 like entry instead of like 35 to 45,000, which I would for forestry. But even then, I would still take the 45,000 or whatever if my spouse was making less than like, I would say like less than like, I'm going to be honest, less than like 150. Because then that's like my personal fuck around money.
Yeah, I know, right? You know, it depends. It depends how much your spouse is making and how much of that you're just willing to give you as an allowance, or they are willing to give you as an allowance.
Oh yeah.
Because like, you know, if I'm getting like 50K from my spouse a year, that's an income, dude. I don't have to work. Like,
oh yeah. No, dude. Imagine how many V-Bucks you could buy with $50,000
I
allowance.
know, right?
Imagine how many V-Bucks you could buy. I could buy every skin in the item shop every week.
I do think, and this is something that I've talked with Natalie, right? Because, you know, it's about to be 3 years, dude. It's about to,
jeez,
crazy, you know. I don't fully agree with people who fully dink their whole lives. I think dinking your whole life kind of defeats
what is
the point.
dinking?
Double income, no kids.
Oh, okay.
Like dinking your whole life, in my opinion, defeats the point. You know, I'm a big, if you're gonna get married, you're gonna have kids kind of guy.
My thing is, as of right now, my thoughts on this change almost every other week. Right now, at this moment in time, it was 60 degrees in February. Taylor Swift just took a 15-minute flight. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I might be dinking it. I don't know.
No. What I was talking with Natalie is that oh no, we're gonna defo dink for a few years. You know, you gotta build up the fund.
Oh yeah.
And then you can poop out the little shitters. You know.
Oh exactly. I just gotta make sure I'm like the cool uncle to like your kids.
Oh, absolutely.
I gotta be the cool uncle that they see once in like a blue moon. Not even once in a blue moon. I'll make sure I'm like a pretty big part of like my future plan is to have season tickets for like the Seahawks. And it's like I fully intend on having like, because there's always like 7 or 8 home games. I'm fully intent on having that just be like, one game is Victor comes up and me and Victor go to a football game. 1 week out of the year is John comes out and me and John go to a football game. One weekend is Logan comes out and me and Logan go to a football game. I fully intend on that being a good way for keeping in touch with my buddies.
I think what you should do is what my dad's uni buddies did way back when. So
what is that?
Technically, I had my first beer at 2 years old. See, you don't understand. Okay, so me and my dad's uni buddies, like they would go out, they would do shit, you know, they would come to my parents' house, our house, to hang out. Like when I was pretty young, I was 2-3 years old, right? And then like I would be left like just being held by one of my non-uncle uncles, and by the time my parents come back, I have a beer in my hand. You know, I think that'd be great for the kid. That builds character, you know.
Oh
I think that's what we should definitely do.
Now, I got a question for you, and this is like, I think we probably just go to mid-roll after this because I think we'll get a good little bit out of this. So, in my family, I have always called most of my aunts. I'm like, my mom's side of the family is pretty much completely Polish. John took a DNA test. It came back like 50% Polish, 25% English / Irish, and then 25% like German, which is what we expected off of like my dad's side and my mom's side. And so, you know, my mom's side of the family, very Polish. I called most of my aunts like churches because that's like the Polish word for it. Like it's like, and so it was like the aunts who either married in, no, it was literally only women who married into the family that we didn't like were called aunt. I was like, this is like fucked. Like once I realized that, I was like, yeah, you know, I kind of hate Aunt what's her name? And my mom was like, why do you think you call her Aunt and not Judge? I was like, oh, it makes sense now. And it's like I don't know if there's like a Spanish equivalent, like a Spanish like a mixed equivalent for that.
Not really. First of all, would be mostly Spanish, but I think it's different. So,
well, do you call like your aunts and uncles, like do you call them like I forget what the word is? My Spanish vocab's bad.
Tío, tía.
Tío, that's what I thought. I was like, it's that or its cousin.
Primo. That's
yeah.
Primo, primo is for like if you're gonna call someone that's not your cousin primo, they're probably around your age.
Okay, but like do you call your aunts and uncles like Tio, whatever their name is?
Yes, but no. So it's a little bit different. So at least on my mother's side, you had my mom has three siblings. So there's two of them that are closer in age, which are my mom and my aunt that I actually call tia, and then my other two aunts I don't really call tias because they were younger and they were like not I don't know. We just never called them tias because we just called them by their first names. All the kids. I think that's how my grandma made it be. So
okay.
Like I would call like my older aunts like tias, and then like my younger aunts tias, and then the same thing extended to their husbands.
Oh, okay.
So like I wouldn't call him Tio Max because I was like I was gonna be about to be 12 when he entered the picture.
Yeah.
That's just Max. That's
how I am with one of my uncles. And so like I see the guy all the time and I'm like, that is not like Uncle, I'm gonna use a fake name here. I'm not like, that is not Uncle Bob, that's just Bob. You know?
Yeah, right.
And my mom gets on my case about it, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. That's just how my brain works. That's just how my brain works.
That's how we never have like that thing for a thing. Someone you don't like is not calling them anything.
Yeah, we again. It's only like my aunts who married into the family who we don't like on my mom's side who get called aunt. Everybody else is Chachi.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. Like, do you know how Nat's family does it? Like, does Nat call her aunts and uncles like aunt, like whatever, uncle, whatever, or does she do Tio Tia?
I don't.
Because Nat's family's like mixed.
It depends.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's similar to mine too.
Interesting. Well, because I'm wondering, am I gonna be like cool Uncle Brandon, or are your kids gonna be like calling me Tio Brandon? I'm gonna be like, haha, I know what that word means.
I don't know which one you want, dude.
I don't know. It's like when John marries a Hispanic woman, inevitably, I'm gonna have the same conversation. John is like fated to marry a Hispanic woman. Like it's just like it's in the stars.
That's they're gonna call you Brand because you're gonna be introduced to them as toddlers. So prefer to be Brand.
God. Nah, dude. I'm like determined to be like the cool uncle.
This is what's gonna happen inevitably. I'm gonna drive up to Seattle or like whatever in Washington Brandon's gonna be living, and all Brandon's gonna see is
the Bugatti.
No. All Brandon's gonna see is me grabbing my kids with their suitcases. Nat's still in the car, and I'm like, bye, see you in 2 weeks. Yippee! And the kids are just in Brandon's store, and he's gonna have to take care of them for 2 weeks because I said so.
Oh yeah. No, it's like I am determined to be like the cool uncle if that situation arises.
Cool Uncle Brandon. See,
cool uncle.
The thing that made the cool uncle cool
is you don't see them that much,
and the Christmas gifts.
Yeah, the Christmas gift and the birthday gift. I think if you can go for one of two. You can go for birthday. You can do birthday cash or Christmas cash. You can do one of the two.
No. If you're young enough, if you to be the cool uncle, you gotta cement yourself when they're young.
And you gotta lock in, yeah. And the kid's too young to understand how money works.
They're not taking cash when they're young. Okay. In my case, the cool uncle was the video game uncle. Okay, you'll get a copy of a video game on your birthday or on Christmas. All right.
For me, the cool uncle, we got a big. Do you know what Kinects are?
Yeah.
We got a Kinects roller coaster, a hockey net, a punching bag, and other shit like that. And I was like, that's cool. That's cool.
Dude, it was such a sad day on our Christmases when our cool uncle had inevitably got married and had a child. You know that's where that's where they get nerfed. So I remember me and all my cousins. You know they all gave each household one like bugs like about that size, all right? And we're like, oh shit, what is it? What is it?
Oh yeah.
Come Christmas morning, what's a fucking globe, okay? What's fucking globe, dude? And I'm not saying I'm not thankful for the globe, but last Christmas, this guy got me Super Smash Bros. U. So, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a step down.
Step down. You want to do the mid-roll or start thinking of one? Because I have to go wrangle my dog.
I'll go think of one. Hi, Victor and I want to remind you to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Momscast. Also, you can find us on Spotify and other podcasting platforms as Mom said it's my turn on the podcast. Remember to rate us 5 stars and answer our episode polls. Also, share the podcast with people you know. Back to the episode. All right, we're back. Shit, that took too long.
That took way too long, dude. I cracked open another beer.
I took an edible.
So you gotta stop.
I know. You
gotta stop.
What would the Manosphere think of this?
What would Andrew Tate think of you?
What would Andrew Huberman think? Dude, I wish we had like a Patreon so that we could do Momscast like after dark.
We can start the Patreon. Are people gonna pay for it? I don't know. I don't care.
Momscast after dark could go crazy. We could make the logo like the Momscast logo, but like a neon sign.
Yeah.
Like that would be crazy.
I wouldn't want to call it Momscast after dark. You know how many insert podcast after dark are
after
out there?
Hours? Yeah, after dark, after hours.
Momscast at night.
What if we did the late? What if we did the late show with Momscast? We recycle one of my bits from high school, which is the late show.
Yeah, I like Momscast at night, but like you're watching Nick at Night.
I did not actually. I never watched At Nights or Adult Swim.
Oh, you missed out. So Nick at Night absolutely mid as fuck, but it was hilarious.
Yeah,
because they would at least here in Latin America, Nick at Night. They would do reruns of very old TV shows. Yeah. You know, what's the one where like the girl is supposed to be a genie and then she wiggles her nose?
I don't know. I feel like I know what you're referencing though, because I feel like they reference it in an episode of that 70s show.
Yeah. It's all it's all those type bit shows where they're pretty old. Like you can tell they were old. They were old
like shows from like the 70s. You're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what show you're talking about. I don't actually know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
And sometimes they will also run older cartoons too.
Yeah.
And that was Nick at Night for me.
I never watched the At Nights or Adult Swims because that was usually the indicator to switch to video games for the night.
And then if you watch Nick at Night long enough, you would go into Blue's Clues. They did Blue's Clues at 7 a.m.
Interesting.
I know.
I remember watching some King of the Hill at like 6:30 because it was the last thing on Adult Swim before Cartoon Network started.
That's absolutely hilarious.
But yeah, like I think Momscast at night. I don't know. Let's think of some Momscast after extra. I think the late show with Momscast.
The late show with Momscast. The late show with Momscast has to like the first episode has to be with John.
The late show with Brandon and Victor. I think we could call it that. I think that would be for those who don't know, which is probably most people who don't know what I'm referencing. My senior year of high school, me and my buddies at band camp. Well, this started our junior year. We were talking about late night talk shows, and more specifically, late night talk show bands. And the topic came up. We were like, "Yeah, that seems like it would be really fun to do, like being in a talk show band." And so our band director said, "Yeah, those guys do coke to stay awake and like stay alert." I was like, "Oh shit, that's kind of weird, but okay." And then I had the idea of I want to be in my own late night talk show band, but I don't have a late night talk show. And so we started putting the plans in motion to make a late night talk show that was so late it's in the afternoon. And thus the late show with John was born. It was our full name. John has it like John and I have a very not identifiable. John and I have a very good last name that flows if you say it right after our first names.
It's a pretty good last name. I'm not gonna lie. It rolls off the tongue.
It flows like if you look like if you see it, you'll be like, yeah. Especially with like the Late Show with John. Ooh, that shit flowed well. And so we started putting together our late night talk show. Except I was 16 or 17. I thought Eric Andre was the funniest fucking thing that I had ever seen in my goddamn life.
To give credit to you, early Eric Andre is genuinely hilarious.
Yeah, and that's what I was watching. I was watching like early Eric Andre, like seasons 1 through 3, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I told my band director, I was like, except I don't want to just be interviewing people like in the band. I want to be interviewing like adults. I want to be interviewing like adults who don't know things, like who know things but don't know the things that are about to happen. And my band director was like, "Yeah, I'll get you guys 3 people on staff." We had 3 days of band camp a week. We did a show every day. We had not original music, but we would pull something out of like the closet, the music closet. Every show, we had individual bits. We had a guy slap a raw chicken because he was like a big physics guy. And we were like, so how hard do you have to slap a chicken to cook it? And so we had him slap a raw chicken. We even gave him a glove for it. He slaps a raw chicken, and then all of us like shout. And he turns to look, and then John switches out the raw chicken for a cooked chicken on the table.
we watched this. He put it on for me and other people. And it's generally a pretty fun time. And so going off of that like Eric Andre humor, me and Brandon watch probably all, if not most, of
we watched most of it.
What's the show called again?
Smiling Friends? The Eric Andre show?
We watched most of the Eric Andre show.
How do you forget that it's called the Eric Andre show?
It's hard, okay, Brandon? Okay. Anyway, so we watched most of the Eric Andre show. And, if there's any Eric Andre super fans listening to
this is not a safe space.
You might want to cover your
ears. You should
ears.
leave now. Yeah, you might want to cover your ears.
The show starts off great, like genuinely good humor, but the show suffers from
The show suffers from its.
Evolving.
I can only watch this man like walk up to somebody, spray a bottle of ranch on them, and go, "Oh, sorry, dude, I just had to bust." And it's like he's like 40.
It's stagnant, It's funny when Eric Andre thinks he's like early 20s. No,
he's
20s.
in his 30s. The entire
he's
thing.
in early 30s. You know what I mean? He's in his early 30s. He looks young. He's like Andy Samberg levels of relatability at that point when the show starts. But
and also, the celebrities don't know what they're getting in for, and they're not big enough, so they're only booking like D-list celebrities.
And so once you get to the later seasons, it suffers from Hannibal Lives, which I think Hannibal was a big part of what made the show good.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a great foil to...
absolutely.
It's a good straight man. He's more of a straight man.
He's the Victor to my Brandon.
Yeah. And then Eric Andre's humor doesn't evolve with the times or with his age. Like, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get worse. It's just stagnant. And then when you see a man in his 40s running around New York on a thong... It's not, oh, look at the funny man. It's more like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, it's like, where are your wife and kids? Or it was like, I remember the first fault in the Cracks showing for me was his stand-up special. I don't know if you've ever seen his stand-up special. It's atrocious.
I have not.
It's fucking horrendous. The man is like, the man is good in short bits that are highly edited. And you do not get any of that with stand-up.
And, that's good because, if you're a comic, you don't have to do stand-up. That's not the only...
No.
It's not the only way, okay? Bo Burnham, he technically does stand-up, but he, there's a full-on twist to it. Back when he was the funny guy. Now he's just depressing,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, you don't have to do stand-up to be a good comic. It's not made for everyone. It's like branding and streaming.
It's with the Eric Andre show too. It doesn't scale well with its popularity because after a certain point, everybody knows what the Eric Andre show is. And so it's like when your agent gets a thing for the Eric Andre show, you know what that is now. And you know that you're going to be fucked with incredibly hard. And also, like, for me, it was funnier to see people who I was like, who the fuck are you? Than to be like, oh, look, it's Seth Rogen on the Eric Andre show. Wow.
I make gentrified portery now.
I make gentrified bongs now.
Look at my ashtray.
Like, it's like, again, it's not as funny to me anymore. It didn't scale well. It does not scale well with its popularity and time.
It's like the thing. And I always use the SNL example because, it's SNL. But
I want to be the next SNL cast member.
Most comedy troupes or most comedy groups stagnate because they can't change. And
Yep.
what saves SNL from this is that they're constantly changing cast. Now, is SNL as funny as they were in their heyday?
Not even close.
Absolutely not.
Not
But
even fucking close.
Are they relevant and still enjoyable? Yes.
I'm going to be honest. I think the funniest SNL bits are the ones that the main cast have fucking nothing to do with. Like Ryan Gosling's papyrus bit from a couple years ago. Fucking hilarious. Have you seen that one?
I love the Pedro Pascal the Pedro Pascal bit with the Hispanic mother.
That's a good one too. I like the Matt Damon Weezer one. And that does have another like SNL cast member, but like it's mostly Matt Damon carrying that one. The Weezer SNL bit. That's a really good one too. You should check that one out.
But the thing is like SNL keeps current because they have new talent who gets the
and it's topical. And it's as unfortunate as it is with the internet stuff, because whenever they try to do internet stuff, it's not funny because they are always behind the joke.
And of course, they're going to be behind the joke because you're going to take a week to write it and then another week to produce it. And, it's not their fault. It's just the format.
That's the problem with South Park. South Park has a similar problem where, like, yes, South Park is topical, but there's no influx of talent to give new voices to it. So, like, I think South Park's gotten incredibly unfunny over the last couple of years.
So there's they still do it. There's this show started when my parents were like younger, not even younger. When my parents were in their, I want to say, 30s. Okay, so I was conscious at that time, right? This show here they syndicated on TV. They had on TV called La Cáscara, which was one of those funny skit shows,
Yeah.
And at the time, they had funny bits. They had mini shows instead of the main show. Okay. So they had bits, and then they had like mini shows with like recurring characters. So you would have like Fernando, the public servant, or
Is it kind of like the live action Muppet? Is it kind of like a live action Muppet show?
I never really watched a Muppet Show, so I
honestly I fucking love the Muppet Show. You should watch the Muppet Show. Ask Natalie for that Disney Plus. Watch the fucking Muppet Show, my guy.
They had Fernando the Public Servant or the Cholo Cop, which the whole idea was like so that the definition of cholo in Panama is different from the definition in the US. And so the whole idea was that this was a cholo that died in the line of duty, and they revived. It was a whole like funny thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they also had some like current events bits. They would mash up. They would like before like face smashing and stuff was the thing. They would like grab two things, smash them up, and they would say it looks like a current like national celebrity. You know what I mean? And it was funny. And now you watch it, and all these people are like about to turn 40. There's like no new talent, and the jokes don't hit. And I don't want to say it's just because they're like out of touch homophobic jokes, but like way back when that was the humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny because he's gay.
It's like with South Park. When South Park kind of does those jokes now, it's like this isn't as funny as it was in like 2005 or whatever. I think the worst thing that South Park has done, in my mind, is tell the entire Gen X generation that political apathy is cool. Because actually, did you consider that both sides suck? It's like that is has like once I realized that's all South Park has to say about like anything, I was like, wow, this fucking blows. Like actually both sides suck.
That's why Kyle's a bitch. Kyle's the Lisa Simpson of South Park.
I don't know if you got kind of to pivot, and we'll probably wrap up on this. In Panama, did you get this show on Cartoon Network called Mad?
Oh yeah, it didn't land at all. It doesn't land.
Honestly, watch some episodes now. Because I can almost guarantee you are in the pop culture loop enough now, especially well enough versed on early 2010s.
No.
For it to be the funniest fucking show that you've seen.
You don't understand. No, don't understand. It's not funny because of the pop culture references. It's not funny because they would put it in Spanish. The jokes don't hit in Spanish.
Oh.
There's a lot of wordplay. Like Mad is funny because there's a lot of wordplay in Mad, aside from the visual gags and the like actual parodying.
Yeah.
But when you translate it, it doesn't hit because it's not like it doesn't translate 1-to-1.
It's like I remember watching the show, and honestly, I really liked it. I thought it was really funny as a kid. I didn't understand half the references, but honestly, I didn't need to understand the other half of the references because I got the first half of them.
It was funny. I wasn't really too much of a fan of Mad because I was never a big fan of the little epidemic of gross realism art style that we had.
That's fair.
Around
no, Mad does look like vomit sometimes.
Yeah,
that show really does look like vomit, and sometimes the references are like so incredibly niche. Like I remember there's one where it's oh fuck, what is it? It's like the two things it decides to combine are like Dragon Ball Z and like Go Diego Go. And they make a joke, and they're like, are we doing Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z? And they're like, who cares? We're not doing GT. And then there's like a freeze frame where it's like they're both like doing the yippee like celebration pose, and it just says like GT stinks. And I'm like, who is this for? You know, like watching it now as an adult, I think it's funny, but I'm like, who is the target demographic for this? You know?
You remember when the first Momscast, we were gonna release Momscast Midwest emo albums, and they were all gonna be named after Dragon Ball.
Yeah, dude, my phone broke that had the list of those.
Yeah.
We had some banger Midwest emo titles.
We have American Mob Psycho 100.
That was like, oh, that one we cooked on. American Mob Psycho 1. If we find out that there's a Midwest emo song that has come out after this episode and it has any of these song titles, you will be hearing from the Momscast Ninjas.
Lawyers too.
Dude, I got in contact with the Nintendo guys. They sent us the ninjas.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, we had I think
American Mob Psycho 100.
I don't remember the Dragon Ball one. They were pretty good. We sat down and we
made a list. Any like word associations that like came to mind, we wrote down.
No. We don't have proper Dragon Ball ones. The albums were gonna be called Momscast. Momscast Bolts C, Momscast Bolt C Kai, Momscast GT, then Momscast Super.
Oh, okay. I thought we had like Dragon Ball Z named related puns.
We might have one or two.
I remember American Mob Psycho 100. That's the one that sticks in my mind because that was the one where I was like, we cooked on this one. We cooked. What are we? I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. I broke my phone that had the list. Like none of them was salvaged.
We had an Ava one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know I'm pretty sure we would have had one. I remember we showed these to Natalie, and Natalie was like, you just put two like things together, and we're like, yeah, that's the point.
That's the point. We had a Scott Pilgrim one too.
Yeah, we did have a Scott Pilgrim. I don't remember like most of these.
Yeah, but
was it Michael Scott Pilgrim?
Oh, yeah, it was Michael Scott Pilgrim.
It was probably Michael Scott Pilgrim versus
It was Michael
the world.
Scott Pilgrim. It was Michael Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Which also, low-key a banger, even though it is a little close to Scott Pilgrim versus my GPA.
Yeah, but, you know, who are those guys? You know, they don't own Scott Pilgrim.
No, they don't. Dude, I found on YouTube this Midwest emo No, it was TikTok.
Yeah.
It was on TikTok. It was Eric and Donna break up, but it's a Midwest emo intro, and I was fucking fuming when I saw this TikTok because I had made my own personal Midwest emo mix, and one of the audio snippets that I used was Eric and Donna breaking up. I'll show you. I'll actually pull this up for you because you should actually see it. I never showed you.
We should make it a bit. Momscast makes Midwest emo intros.
No, I made a 30-minute Midwest emo mix that has like the audio bits and everything. Some of them are kind of gas, and that was one of them. But I had never seen anybody else use it, and I was like, "Oh shit! I never actually uploaded this, so I'm not allowed to be mad." All this talk of music has got me feeling musical, and I think I'd like to dedicate a little ditty to a Mrs. President Amy Parsons. Dear Mrs., I'm too good to call and write my fans. This will be the last package I ever send your ass. It's been 6 months and what? I don't deserve it? I know you got my last 2 letters. I wrote the addresses on them perfect. So this is my cassette I'm sending you. I hope you hear it. I'm in the car right now. I'm doing 90 on the freeway. Hey, Amy, I drank a 5th of vodka. You dare me to drive? You know that song by Phil Collins, In the Air of the Night, about that guy who could have saved that other guy from drowning, but didn't? Then Phil saw it all. Then at the show, he found him. That's kind of how this is. You could have saved me from drowning. Now it's too late. I'm on 1,000 drowners now. I'm drowsy. And all I wanted was a lousy letter or a call. I hope you know I ripped all your pictures off the wall. I love you, Amy. We could have been together. Think about it. You ruined it now. I hope you can't sleep and you dream about it. And when you dream, I hope you can't sleep and you scream about it. I hope you're constant each of you and you can't breathe without me. See, Amy? Shut up, Victor. I'm trying to talk. Hey, Amy, that's my co-host screaming in the trunk. But I didn't slit his throat. I just tied him up. See, I ain't like you. Because if he suffocates, he'll suffer more. And then he'll die too. Well, gotta go. I'm almost at the bridge now. Oh, shit. How am I supposed to send this tape out?